What's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jen, and in today's video I am going to show you guys my first ever attempt at hydro dipping. I've been watching so many YouTube videos and it looks like not only fun but really cool because every single piece you make is going to be 100% custom. No one will ever be able to fully replicate exactly what you're doing, so I'm definitely looking forward to doing that. But I'm also considering making some gifts out of some of this, so if you're in my family, you may just see these again. Can we just talk for a second about the fact that it's like the windiest day in the world? And of course it is, because I'm gonna be spray painting, but luckily Matt and I both pulled our cars out of the garage, so we're not gonna have the same issue that we had when I did the living room makeover. And if you guys haven't seen any of those videos, I will link to the one down below that I'm talking about where I spray painted all of the curtain rods in our house, and there was like a nice gold film across everything, not only the garage floor but the entire side of my car. So we're not taking that chance this time. I've pulled stuff out of here. We're gonna just get with it. Let's talk about the materials that we're gonna use. All right, we've got our bucket full of water. This is about room temperature. It might be a little warmer or cooler depending, but it's just about room temperature. I've got a stir stick so that I can stir around and make patterns, as well as get the excess paint off of the water's surface. These wood blocks we're gonna use out in the back by the pool equipment or not, and I figured they'd be just a good place to start. I've also got this one piece of wood, which is probably gonna be the first thing I dip, just to make sure I get it. I've got all of these coasters. There's 12 of these, so it's 3 sets of 4. Not sure exactly what I'm gonna do with those and how I'm gonna dip them, but I may end up like rigging up some kind of tape situation where I can dunk them entirely. And then kind of the same goes for these glass candle holders. This is really what I want to be dipping because I want to do something that's going to match with the other stuff in our house. And as you can see, I've got some of this sea glass paint still left over. I've got this cool pearl, and I've got this brassy gold color, as well as some black and gold and just some clear, which will be what I use on the top to top coat all of these. Also, another quick note about all of this stuff, everything that you see here was already like in my stash or in my house somewhere. I'm not trying to go out to the store. I'm not trying to buy anything new to do this. I mean, not only does that work for me because I'm saving money, but also because then anything that I do that I want to keep is going to already match with everything we have in our house. What I saw from doing research, you're going to want to basically have a can in each hand and very quickly spray into the water, and then very quickly yet smoothly dunk your piece. Yeah, wish me luck. Here we go. All right, I'm just gonna start out with this piece of wood. It's, probably gonna be lame, but we're gonna try it. Okay. All right. Here goes nothing. Okay. but it seems to have attached pretty nicely to the wood piece. Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all. All right, test one done. Now I'm going to try to clear off the surface. That's not bad. Yeah, I'm okay with that. It's a little chunky. There are definitely some bubbles that'll have to be popped, but that's not bad. I was pretty happy with the overall effect on the first coaster, so I did the next three in the same way. First clearing the surface, shaking and spraying the paint, creating a design, then dipping the piece. All told, these only took me about 10 minutes to complete, and that was also with the learning curve. So something I just wanted to touch on really quickly, I've done stuff like this before, but never actually hydro dipping with spray paint. But in the nail art world, we refer to this as water marbling. Basically, it's when you use water to suspend a non-water soluble pigment. In the nail art world, you will use nail polish suspended on the top of a small cup of water, and then what you'll do is dip your fingernail in, pull it back out again, and get that cool effect on your nails. Unfortunately, the blue and gold didn't go quite as nicely as the black and yellow did. I got a lot more chunkers and bubbles on all four of these coasters, not to mention a lot more inconsistency in the dips. I was thinking about what I used to do with these blanks in my former faux finishing company, and I loved doing faux granite finish on these. In the end, I decided not to dip the final set. Instead, I'll save them to do the granite effect. Hey guys, Editing Jen here. I just wanted to break in real quick because I talked about these coasters and how I used to use these little blanks right here in my old business, and I used to do them in a granite finish. If you wanted to see how I do these in granite, leave me a comment down below and let me know if that's something that you guys are interested in checking out. I started by taping off about 1/4 inch of the top. Then I used tape to close up the top of the holder and to create a tab that I could hold while dunking the piece. That worked out great. The spray paint, on the other hand, let's just say you'll see all the flaws and fails in the final beauty shots. That did not work out at all. Chunky. Taking off the chunks because I really can't. Oh, fail. Fail! Huge fail. So first of all, I'm going to apologize immediately for the terrible lighting and the terrible backdrop that I've got going on behind me, but you know, things are a little weird right now and Matt is working from home, so I am in the garage right now, relegated to the garage. I probably would have set this up in a better location, but my garage has turned into a disaster again. If you guys haven't seen that video where Matt and I completely cleaned out and organized our garage, I will link to that down below. Today, however, we're just going to talk about hydro-dipped items. As you can see, hopefully, there are so many bubbles. Now, that's not to say that I am totally disappointed with how all of these things turned out. In fact, for the most part, because it was like my first try at this ever, I'm actually kind of excited with how they came out because it gives me some confidence going forward if I ever wanted to try this again, that I might be able to pull off doing these much smoother. One of the reasons why I think these just didn't go right is the actual spray paint that I used. Krylon's a great brand. Rust-oleum is a great brand. It has nothing to do with that. It's much more about the type of spray paint that I used. The metallics were great and they actually seem to evenly coat the surface really well. But as soon as I went in with that Sea Glass paint, which is designed specifically for glass, once I went in with that, it kind of pushed out the metallics so that the metallic created a real thick and gooey area. And then in order to break up the blue, that was the blue, to break that up, I used a little bit more metallic than I probably should have, and it just created a big old disaster. Case in point, something like this. You can see in here all of this chunkiness. It's really thick, but it's not scraping off now, so it's permanently attached to the glass. Am I excited with the patterning and everything? Oh yeah. I'm not excited about this, and we'll talk about that in a second. But the actual pattern of how all of this swirled together, I'm like 100% in love. Now, I said I'd get back to talking about this. Let's talk about this right now. The reason this happened is because this side, all of this area, got wet before it got paint. Now, it's kind of hard to avoid with something like this where I'm trying to coat all four sides, and I was using a somewhat smaller bucket. If I used a larger bucket with larger surface area, I would have had a much larger surface area to kind of swirl this thing in the bucket. But because this hit the water first, the water attached to the glass and then the paint was not able to adhere. Again, no biggie. This was all just like an experiment and just something for fun, so in the future, I will try to do things a little bit differently. I thought the smallest bucket that I could get away with would be the right choice. I'm glad that I did it in that because, again, this was like my first experiment, so I'm not sad about it. Also, the masks and gloves that I wore were part of my stash long before any of this virus stuff had come up. So they've just been kind of sitting in my closet. I do a lot of things with dust, like concrete or sawdust, so I do have those dust masks. They are not N95 masks, they're just plain old dust masks, so I use those because they help with the spray paint fumes. That is where I stand with hydro dipping. Would I try it again? Absolutely. Will I wait until I can go to a store and get like slightly better materials and supplies for this? Also, absolutely. If you like videos like this and you want to see something like this again, don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. You'll find that right down below, and then right next to it is the big old red subscribe button. Click it, click all when the bell menu appears, and then you should be notified every Friday morning at 6 a.m. Arizona time when I try to upload a brand new video. I hope that you guys found some enjoyment and entertainment out of today's video. I hope you are staying as safe as you possibly can. Wash your hands, hang out inside, watch more YouTube. We've got a ton of videos. If you want to go over to our channel page, you can check out all of our other videos. I've got stuff with paint, I've got stuff with spray paint, we've got construction, we've got large DIY, we've got small DIY projects, we've got home improvement, we've got a lot of everything. If you are in the market for watching something like that, we would love to have you here. Join us on the channel, subscribe, leave us a comment letting us know if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to thumbs it up, and we will catch you in the next one. What's up, everybody? Welcome. No, you know what? You can't hear me. Also, one other quick note about all of... Nope. You can't hear me because I'm covering the microphone. We're learning all of this together, everybody. Yay! Oh yes, let's get windier. That seems right. I mean, it really could be worse. Sort of. All right. That's it, because I can't do anymore. I'm an old lady with an old lady back, and she hurts. All right, let's try to start recording. Set. Just get this outro underway. Okay, I'm already recording. Super. Okay, no stopping that. That could be it. I don't really know what else I need to say. Probably nothing.